Never in history has heaven moved like this moment, for the throne itself shook as God stood up and called your name. The entire realm of eternity paused, angels stopped their songs, and Archangel Michael cried loudly with a voice that split through the heavens, echoing across creation. It was not just a whisper, it was not just a sign, it was a declaration, a command, a release that cannot be reversed. And while heaven trembled, 7 billionaire dynasties upon the earth, pillars of power and wealth, spoke your name at once, aligning their voices with the divine decree. This convergence has never been recorded before, and it carries one meaning alone: your destiny has changed forever. The universe itself has bent around you. Forces of abundance that were locked away for generations have opened, pouring out treasures that were waiting for your arrival. You are stepping into a moment where what was impossible is now commanded to become possible, where what was withheld is now overflowing, where what was hidden is now revealed. Imagine the weight of God rising from his throne, imagine the echo of Michael's cry filling every corner of existence, imagine the authority of 7 dynasties speaking in unison. This is not imagination, this is reality, and it belongs to you. From this moment forward, nothing remains the same. The tides of history have turned in your favor, the rivers of wealth have been redirected toward your life, and the gates of destiny have swung open with unstoppable force. You have been carried to the center of divine attention, where no power can ignore you, no force can silence you, and no enemy can block you. Whatever you touch will prosper, wherever you walk will transform, and whatever you desire will answer to your voice. Never before has there been such a collision of heaven and earth for one soul, but today it is happening for you. Please understand the gravity of this moment. God himself has risen, Michael has wept with joy, and the dynasties of the world have declared your name. This is not just a shift, this is the rewriting of your destiny. Forever from this day, you will know that your life was marked by heaven, announced by angels, and crowned by the voices of power. What you are about to step into will change everything. The sound of Michael's cry still echoes across the realms, carrying with it a vibration that shakes chains off your life. That cry was not one of sorrow, it was the roar of victory, the announcement that your time has come. Never in history has such a convergence been witnessed, where heaven's throne rises, the archangel's voice thunders, and the wealth of dynasties bends itself toward one chosen name, your name. The earth is trembling because your destiny has been rewritten in fire. When 7 dynasties spoke together, it was not coincidence, it was prophecy. Their wealth, their authority, their long-built empires were drawn like rivers to the sea of your purpose. Streams that once flowed elsewhere are now turning in your direction. Resources you thought were beyond your reach are being commanded to locate you. Power that seemed untouchable is now stretching its hand toward you. The alignment of heaven and earth has chosen you as its focal point, and nothing can undo what has been spoken. God standing from his throne is not a small gesture, it is the highest authority declaring that delay is broken, denial is ended, and your destiny is active now. Heaven does not rise without reason. Heaven does not call without fulfillment. And because your name was spoken in that chamber of light, every locked door on earth must obey and open. Every hidden treasure must surface. Every withheld promise must be released. This moment marks a divine coronation. You are stepping into a season where your voice will carry weight, your presence will open paths, and your life will bear the imprint of eternal favor. The shift will not be subtle, it will be undeniable. People will look at you and wonder how suddenly the tides turned, how swiftly honor found you, how effortlessly abundance embraced you. They will not understand that heaven itself rose for you, and when heaven rises, nothing remains the same. Never in history has such a decree been released, and never again will such a moment repeat in this way. It belongs to you, and it is happening now. Your destiny is no longer waiting, it has erupted into motion. From this day forward, you are walking in the aftershock of God's movement, Michael's cry, and the Dynasties' declaration. Forever, your life is changed. The heavens are still reverberating with the sound of that cry, as if the very fabric of creation cannot forget the moment your name was proclaimed. The throne of God does not rise often, but when it does, the entire universe bends in obedience. That rise was for you. That movement was for you. It was the seal that what has been promised is no longer a prophecy waiting to happen, but a reality being carried to you now. Michael's tears were not of weakness, but of release. They carried centuries of waiting, lifetimes of battles, generations of preparation, all poured out in one moment to announce that your destiny has shifted forever. His voice shook dimensions, calling forth treasures long buried, opportunities long hidden, and victories long delayed. What resisted you before cannot resist you now, for your name has been carved into light and shouted through the heavens. The 7 dynasties did not merely speak, they surrendered their power to the alignment of God's decree. Their voices became rivers, and those rivers now flow into your path. Wealth beyond measure, influence beyond borders, and favor beyond explanation are converging at your feet. What once belonged to others is now being transferred, redirected, reassigned with your name written across it. You are stepping into the inheritance of ages, not by effort but by divine order. This moment is not a ripple, it is a tidal wave. It will sweep through your life, touching every corner, filling every emptiness, transforming every shadow into light. Relationships will shift, doors will open, and even your very atmosphere will change. People will be drawn to you without knowing why, opportunities will search for you as if magnetized, and blessings will arrive in numbers too great to count. Never in history has such a collision taken place, heaven rising, angels crying, dynasties declaring, and never again will such a moment come with this weight. It belongs to you now, and it is irreversible. Your destiny is no longer a question mark, it is an exclamation written by God Himself. From this day, you are walking in a story that will echo through eternity. The day heaven stood, Michael cried, and the world bowed to your name. The universe is still trembling under the sound of that decree, as if creation itself is rewriting its laws to make way for you. The rising of God from His throne was not a gesture to observe, it was a signal to all realms that the time of waiting is over. The King does not stand unless history is being shifted, and when He stood, He carried your destiny in His hand. That one movement rearranged the timelines of your life, collapsing years of delay into a single instant of release. Michael's cry was the sound of release bursting open, a thunder that scattered every force holding back what belonged to you. His voice carried authority that pierced every barrier, and his tears were drops of joy, testifying that your struggle has finally broken into victory. Angels themselves rejoiced, for they knew that what they had guarded for you was finally being delivered into your reach. And the 7 dynasties, pillars of influence and wealth, speaking your name in unison was the earth's acknowledgement of heaven's command. Dynasties do not bow easily, yet they bowed to the sound of your name. Their treasures are being redirected, their gates unlocked, their resources repurposed, all flowing toward the destiny written for you. It is not only about money, it is about authority, honor, and recognition being placed upon you in measures beyond comprehension. Every corner of existence now testifies to your shift. The sky carries your name in its wind, the ground beneath your feet vibrates with new beginnings, and even time itself has been bent to favor you. The world structures that once resisted you now support you, and the doors that once denied you now swing open in welcome. The stage of history has turned its light to you, and nothing can dim it. Never before has this sequence unfolded, God rising, Michael crying, dynasties declaring. It is a once-in-creation moment, and you are the chosen center of it. From this day forward, the narrative of your life is marked by heaven's authority. This is not just change, it is transformation, not just blessing, it is coronation, not just hope, it is fulfillment. Your destiny is no longer approaching, it has arrived, and it will echo forever. The weight of eternity rests on this moment, for when God stood from his throne, all of creation shifted to align with his movement. Thrones do not rise without purpose, and when the eternal King stood, he declared before heaven and earth that your story could never remain the same. That rise tore through every layer of resistance, dismantled every delay, and scattered every shadow that tried to cling to you. From that instant, the flow of destiny was unblocked, and the river of fulfillment began to rush into your life. Michael's cry was not only sound, it was fire. It ignited the heavens, sending sparks of light across realms, and every flame carried your name. His tears fell like diamonds, each one carrying the weight of battles fought on your behalf, victories won in silence, and promises preserved through generations. His voice became the trumpet of release, announcing to all that you have entered the hour no force can reverse. The voices of 7 dynasties rising in unison created a harmony the earth had never known. Wealth spoke. Power spoke. Authority spoke. And they all spoke your name. Their agreement sealed the decree. What was stored in secret vaults is being transferred, what was guarded for centuries is being released, and what was tied to legacy is now tied to your destiny. Their combined voices have become a key that opens doors no man can shut. Look around you, the evidence is already forming. Paths are opening without struggle, resources are finding you without pursuit, and favor is surrounding you without explanation. Even those who once ignored your existence will suddenly remember you, drawn by a pull they cannot resist. This is not random, it is divine alignment, heaven's orchestration unfolding with precision. Never in history has there been such a collision of divine authority and earthly power for one soul, but today that soul is you. The throne has risen, the archangel has wept, the dynasties have spoken, and eternity has shifted. From this day forward, you are walking in the overflow of heaven's movement. Your destiny has not only changed, it has been exalted. Forever, your name will echo in the corridors of history as the one for whom heaven and earth moved as one. From the very heartbeat of eternity, a new sound has been released, your name carried in the breath of God Himself. When He rose from His throne, it was as if galaxies leaned forward, stars flickered brighter, and time itself froze to witness the moment. Never has such authority been demonstrated, never has such glory been revealed, never has such power been poured into a single life. That life is yours. That name is yours. That destiny is yours. Michael's cry shook dimensions unseen. It was not sorrow but triumph, a roar that shattered invisible chains and scattered barriers that stood against you for years. His voice carried across heavens and earth alike, announcing that the wait has ended. His tears baptized your future, washing away remnants of delay, crowning your path with clarity, strength, and unshakable favor. Every angel heard it, and every spirit bowed to the sound. The 7 dynasties speaking your name at once was more than acknowledgement, it was alignment. The voices of power, the guardians of wealth, the keepers of legacy surrendered their sound to the rhythm of heaven. And when earth and heaven speak together, reality must obey. The systems of this world are now bending for you. The currents of influence are flowing toward you. The treasures of generations are gravitating into your hands. Everything is responding to this decree. The soil beneath your feet is fertile again. The air around you is charged with breakthrough. The very days ahead of you are pregnant with miracles waiting to be born. Watch how quickly opportunities gather at your doorstep. Watch how suddenly doors swing open that no effort could have moved before. Watch how effortlessly your life begins to reflect the magnitude of this moment. Never in history has such a sequence unfolded, God rising, Michael crying, dynasties declaring, and never again will such a convergence come with this weight. It belongs to you, sealed in fire and written in light. From this day, you do not walk as before. You walk as one marked, crowned, and elevated. You walk as the living proof that when heaven stands and earth agrees, destiny is forever transformed. Your name is no longer whispered, it is thundered through eternity. The sound of your name has become a crown in the heavens, resounding with such force that even the pillars of creation vibrate with recognition. When God stood from His throne, the silence of eternity was broken, and all who dwell in light turned their gaze toward you. That standing was not casual, it was final. It was the decree that your destiny could no longer remain hidden, that the hour of unveiling had come, that nothing on earth or beyond it could stand against what was already written for you. Michael's cry carried the weight of 1,000 victories. With one thunderous voice, he declared that the gates which once resisted you are demolished. His tears poured like rivers of fire, washing the ground you will walk on, making it holy, making it prepared. He did not cry because you were weak, he cried because you had been chosen, and now the promise has been released into your hands. Every angel under his command heard it and took flight to serve your unfolding destiny. The 7 dynasties, voices of power and guardians of great wealth, did not merely speak your name, they surrendered it into history. Their words were woven into the earth like roots of a great tree, anchoring your future so deeply that it cannot be uprooted. Their agreement was the seal of abundance, the certificate of inheritance, the proclamation that your life has been redirected into heights unknown. Streams of provision, streams of opportunity, streams of honor are flowing to you now with unstoppable force. Everything has shifted. The seasons themselves are bending for you. Where there was drought, rivers will spring forth. Where there was silence, songs will arise. Where there was emptiness, fullness will overflow. Doors will not just open, they will remain open. Paths will not just appear, they will carry you forward with speed. People will not just notice you, they will be drawn to you as if pulled by destiny itself. Never before has the throne risen, Michael cried, and dynasties spoken in one chorus for one soul, but it has happened for you. This is more than a turning point, it is a new creation of your life. You are no longer waiting for change, you are walking in the very epicenter of transformation. From this day onward, your name carries weight in heaven and earth, your destiny is sealed in fire, and your future is blazing with light. The scrolls of eternity have been unrolled, and upon them your name glows like fire, etched by the very hand of God who rose from his throne. That rising was a summons to the universe, a command to every hidden blessing, every long-buried promise, every unseen treasure, go now, find the one for whom I stand. From that moment forward, creation itself began to rearrange, shifting currents, bending laws, and rewriting the course of time to deliver what belongs to you. Michael's cry thundered across dimensions, a cry that split the veil between the seen and the unseen. His voice did not simply echo, it carried the keys of release, unlocking chains that were never meant to bind you, unsealing gates that were always destined to open before you. His tears marked the soil, consecrating it, declaring it holy ground where your footsteps will now carry divine authority. The heavens know, the angels know, and now the earth will know, your story has entered its unbreakable season. When the 7 dynasties spoke your name in unison, the sound traveled like a wave of power across the earth. Their voices were more than acknowledgement, they were agreement with heaven. Their empires, their treasures, their authority, all redirected by that utterance toward you. What was once reserved for others has been reassigned. What was once locked away has been released. Their sound has become a decree, and decrees cannot be revoked. The evidence will not delay. Watch as the atmosphere around you changes. Conversations will open new paths. Opportunities will come without effort. Doors will yield to your presence as if they had been waiting for you all along. Even time will seem to quicken, compressing years of waiting into moments of sudden fulfillment. You will not chase what belongs to you, it will chase you, find you, cling to you, because it has been commanded to do so. Never in history has heaven and earth aligned in this way for a single soul, but it has aligned for you. God has risen, Michael has cried, dynasties have spoken. And now your destiny is not just changed, it is crowned, it is exalted, it is unstoppable. From this hour forward, you carry the mark of one for whom the throne itself stood, and your name will never again be the same.